coach this.
Alright guys, welcome back to episode 4 of our Beyond tutorial series. We're going to just be doing some verbs today, so it should be fun. We'll just jump right into it. We'll start with the car verb. So we're just going to create a verb for car, and we set up car last time. And we'll call it overhead press. And we're going to set source view, and this will just let us access this verb if we're within one range of the car. Same thing we did for the water jug. And so first we want to set our icon state. And we're setting the user's icon state because the user is the mob, that's us, using the verb of the car. So user is us, source is the car. And if you go, you can see our player icon. We added a new state to it called overhead press. And so we're going to set that right here. And now we want to animate the car. And we're going to animate its pixel Y. And so what this does is we're calling the animate proc, and we can pull it right up in our helper. And you can see we're just passing in the object that we're animating something on, and then we're deciding the value of what we want to animate. So all we're doing here is we are calling animate for source for the car, and we're going to animate its pixel Y from whatever the current value is. We want to animate it to 32, and we're setting the time here, and this is how long the animation takes. This is 10 ticks, so this is going to be 1 second from the way that Beyond or DM measures that out. So you're going to see that in just a second. So we're going to, let's go ahead and let's just go take a look at it right now. Just see what happens. So we come into our map. We're going to walk up to our car, and you can see overhead press appears. We click it, and the car floats up. And we go into this pose, but we're stuck in the pose. The car is still there. The car went behind us, so let's go ahead and fix all of that. So first, let's start by putting the car down. So we're gonna lift it up over 1 second, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're gonna animate this in reverse. So now we're going to animate its pixel Y, but this time we're going back to 0 because it was at 0 to start with. And we're just going to wait because we want to give the animation time to finish. That's why we're adding these sleeps here. Sleep just means to wait. And when we're done, we want to set the icon state back to, let's put it back to walk. We actually don't have this defined, so let's define that as walking so we can reference it. And because we changed the default state of the user's icon, come down here to where we defined our icon, and let's set the default icon state to walking. That way we shouldn't have any problems. So we're going to pick the car up and we're going to put it down. Let's fix the layer. So we want to change the layer of the car. Let's put it to layer 100, and you can pull up information on layers, and it's kind of what you'd expect. It's just the order that we're going to render these things. We're going to visually see these. So I'm just going to put it to 100 so we know that the car should be in front of the player. So let's try that out. So we're going to come up here. We're going to click overhead press. There it goes. Done. All right. That was easy. Keep in mind when we're animating or when we're changing pixel Y, this is just the visual side of it. The actual object has not moved. Just visually it has. But the actual collider and everything is still right where it was. We're not changing its position. And we have this icon here called menacing.dmi. It's a fun little animation. When we're done lifting the car and we put it down, let's make our player menacing. So we're just going to add an overlay, and we know how to do that because we did it already. Do project icons, and you can see I put my icon files into a folder called project icons, and all you have to do is reference that. All right, and we want to remove this after it's done playing, so we're going to do a spawn. And a spawn is really easy. All it's saying is that it's kind of like sleep. It's going to wait this long before the code within the spawn statement, before this code runs. So it's going to wait 1.5 seconds before it erases the icon. So, and the reason we use spawn here is because this way, if we were to add something to this line, the code right here would instantly run, because sleep makes it wait before the next line runs. Spawn lets the next line run and will call the code within it after the delay. So that's all that's happening there. So if we go ahead and compile, and we'll come up here and we'll overhead press, and car comes up, goes down. We get our little menacing overlay, and that's it. All right, so that's it for the car. You can see we added some cows to the map, so let's do something with the cow. All right, so for the cow, let's make another verb for the player. And this time we want to kill the cow. So verb kill cow. Now this is a mob verb. So we're going to, let's set a category. And you'll see what the category does in just a second. It's just a way for us to organize our verbs into different tabs instead of having it all in a single one. And we're going to use a for loop here. So we're going to do for var mob cow m in view, and what this does is we're basically saying we're looping through here and we're going to say for every mob that is of the type cow that is within our view of 1, we're going to assign, or we're going to reference that mob's path by using m, and we can do whatever we want. We can modify the variables, call procs, whatever we want to do with m. So if we were to compile with just this, just to see how it works, we come in the game, and you can see now we have a cow tab, kill cow. Press it. Nothing happens because we're not within 1 range. So you come up close, and it says found the cow. And you keep pressing it, and it'll keep going until we get 1 tile away. So that's great. Now let's actually do something. Let's actually kill the cow. So we're just going to delete m. And we're just deleting it from the game. That's, nothing fancy there. I'm just going to show you real quick. Come up here, kill cow, gone. Piece of cake. Now let's actually make some steak, because we don't just want to kill the cow. We want to create a little steak when we kill them. We want something to eat, so we're going to make a new object, and we're going to make steak, and we're going to give it, the icon file is actually an interior.dmi, because we have a steak in there we can use. The icon state, I believe, is just steak. And if you come in here, yep, you can see we have steak and eggs. So we're going to give all of our steak objects a verb. Call it eat. We're going to put that in the same category. It's related to the cow. And same thing, set source and view, so we can do this when we're within one tile of the steak. And let's output a message to the world, and we're going to say user eats source. So this should be our name eats the steak. And then we want to delete the steak after we eat it. So we can't eat it twice. And then we need to actually add the steak. So right before we delete the cow, let's create our object. We're just going to say new object steak. And in parentheses, we're going to pass it the M's location, which is our cow's location. Now, if there was 5 cows around you when you use this, it would kill all 5 of them. So let's try that out. That should work. Come up here, go to our cow tab. You see we only have kill cow. Kill. Kills cow. The steak appears on the ground. We can eat it. And there we go. Not a problem. Just in case we want to keep messing with that, let's just make a quick cow spawner. We're just going to spawn a new cow whenever we want to. We're going to put that in the same category as well. It's going to be really easy, same as the steak. We're just going to create the cow wherever we're currently standing. Let's come in here, spawn cow. And there we go. So now you can see we have all these cows here. And if we were to kill, we kill all of the ones that are within one range of us, because that's how the loop works. Oh, it wasn't close enough. That's how the loop works that we set up. When we eat, we can only eat one at a time. Oh yeah, it's a lot of steak. Alright. Well, that's it for the cow. Let's make another verb, because this video is on verbs. So we're going to make a give thumbs up. Say source gives mob a thumbs up. And I believe we've used a similar context as this. So when we use this verb, we are grabbing all of the mobs within range, and whatever mob we select from the pop-up that appears, that becomes our M. So whatever mob we selected from the list, we're going to give them a thumbs up. So let's try that out. So come up here, you'll see give thumbs up, we click, and we can choose the cow, the mob, or Granite himself. So cow, Granite gives the cow a thumbs up. Easy.